Welcome back to Comic Book Savant. I'm your host, James Harris. This episode, I'm going to be doing a trade review. The review I'm going to be doing in this episode is Axcend Volume 1, The World Revolves Around You, trade paperback. This is published by MX Comics, written and drawn by Shane Davis, and the ink work is done by Michelle Dalecki. This was I don't necessarily know right now if this is an ongoing series, because certain books at Image will do a volume and take a break, a hiatus. I haven't seen any updates on this, but this was a 5-issue series, I'm going to say for right now, in this first volume that collects Axcend issues 1 through 5. This book takes a concept. We've seen it kind of portrayed other places before. If you've ever checked out the anime like Hack Slash, you basically have this group of people. Well, it's a group of 3 individuals that are playing this new multiplayer online game, or MMO, that they eventually kind of get sucked into. A new beta of the game comes out. They go to interact with the game, and it actually pulls them in the game, Jumanji style. If you see the new Jumanji movie, it kind of pull them into the game, and they become their avatars. It evolves a little bit more because they are able to tap into their avatars once they go back to the outside world, and all types of craziness ensues. I'm familiar with Shane Davis. He's been an artist for Marvel, DC. He's worked all over the place over the years. Very good, solid artist. And I think this is one of his first creator-owned projects that I'm aware of. I picked up and reviewed on the audio podcast the first 2 issues of the series, I guess about a year ago. I lost track of the series, and when I did my in-stock trades haul that I did an unboxing for, I will put a link here for that video so you can see that unboxing. This is one of the books that I picked up, and finally got a chance to read the full series, or the full first volume. And I have to say, I really enjoyed it. It was something different. Shane Davis has a very modern, phonetic art style, so it was really eye-catching. The action scenes just really burst across the page. They do a really good job. They have Maury Hollowell, which is a really renowned colorist. He's done a lot of color work for like Steve McNiven, so he's worked on stuff like Civil War, super big projects for like Marvel. He's also did some color work on Old Man Logan. He's really a great colorist. I had a chance to meet him at a convention once. Very cool, down to earth guy, very humble. And he did the color work on this, and it just pops. He always does phenomenal color work. Like I said, if you've seen Old Man Logan, you've seen Civil War, you've seen him on some of the biggest projects in the past 10 years, and he really makes them pop. And it continues here, even though this is a smaller independent book. It's one of those things where this is a typical story. You're not going to get anything too new here. You have the whole adage of, with great power comes great responsibility, and then you got the other adage where power can corrupt all. It kind of plays with those tropes. One thing that kind of caught me off guard in the story, and I'm not going to spoil too much, I'm just giving you the roundabouts without giving away the whole story, is that it went a direction I didn't necessarily see. It kind of plays with the concept of being a god, and kind of like with religion a little bit. It's not heavy-handed, but you're not really used to most comics, like a comic of this line, especially how it was progressing through the story, when it kind of makes that swerve into that area. It caught me off guard at first. Where it ends up in the end and kind of leaves things. So I hope it's a second volume so they can elaborate more on it. Left me in a cool place overall with this book. Again, stunning visuals, solid writing. I would have to give this, if I'm rating it out of 10, I would have to give it a 6.75 out of 10. I couldn't get it to 7, to 6.75. I would like to see more in a second volume. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I haven't seen anything, but since Image is, creator owned stuff, certain times, they'll take a break, do some other projects, come back and do second volume, take a break in between the different volumes of books. So again, I don't know for sure. I'm going to do some research. So you might see something pop up down here at the bottom, or you might even see me leave a note down in the bottom in the description for this video, letting you know if it's anything been announced. But as of this date, to my, to my recollection, I didn't see anything about a second volume that's going to come out yet. But that can always change. So again, this is definitely something different. It's not your normal superhero book. It's more like a kind of sci-fi. If you're in the video game culture, it plays on a lot of those tropes. So it's a little bit something different. Again, I'm trying, I always try to stay open and try a lot of different books to review, to give you guys suggestions on helping you find your lane and expand your comic book comfortable, your comfort level, to try some different books. Sometimes people only do Marvel and DC, and they kind of dabble in like something like Vertigo or Image or so many, or IDW. So many other good books that are being published month in and month out. So I do these reviews to hope to kind of steer you in the direction of something that you might not initially have picked up, but you might try and you'll really like. So I said, this is a solid book. 6.75. That's all I have for you for this review. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel and you like this content, don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you have subscribed, make sure you click the bell down at the bottom so you're notified when new content drops. I drop content at least once a week. Most cases now on the YouTube channel, I'm dropping content twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You normally will see some content released on the channel, but don't forget to click the bell notification so you will be alerted as soon as the new content drops. Also leave comments down below. Did I, pique your interest with this? If you have read the book or tried the book, put your thoughts down below. I would like to hear. Also, I'll have links down below to the playlist to other comic book and trade reviews that I've done previously on the channel. So all that will be down in the description box below. That's all I have for you for this episode of Comic Book Savant. Again, I'm your host, James Harris, and I'll see you again soon. Enjoy your comics and have a good day. Take care.